it's Siobhan with Ducati and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing monthly horoscope readings, and this is for Scorpio in December 2019. Now that can apply to Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, or if you just felt called to click on this video, then there's probably some messages here for you. But keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not all of the messages are going to apply to everybody. Just take what resonates with you and leave the rest here. I also advise that you watch your sun, moon, and rising sign videos. So if this is your sun sign, go check out your moon and rising as well to get a better overall idea of the energy that's affecting you in December. So let's just jump right into it, Scorpio. I have the fairy tarot that I'm going to be using today, and we'll also be pulling an angel oracle card at the end of the reading to close it out. I've already pre-shuffled, but I'm just going to do a couple extra. I don't know why I feel called for you guys to do that. Okay, so Scorpio, your current self energy is the 5 of Autumn. The theme of the month is the 8 of Spring. The key goal this month is the 5 of Spring. Wow, what's going on, you guys? The obstacle to overcome. You have the Magician. Okay, yeah. The major accomplishment. The Sun. Yay. Okay, getting a bit better here. And what to avoid is the Lovers. Wow, that's a whole row of major arcana right there. What to embrace. Ooh, we've got the King of Autumn in reverse. Where to find support. You have 2 aces coming for where to find support. Holy cow, the Ace of Spring and the Ace of Summer. And I'll take them both because they came out like that. Like they quite literally flipped right into that position, one on top of the other. So it's meant to be. Advice and encouragement, which is the 3 of Spring. Okay, Scorpio, so off to a bit of a rough start, but things get better as the month moves along. So your current self-energy right now is coming up as the 5 of Autumn. This is always sort of a feeling of lack. The 5s can represent change. You may be going through a change when it relates to, or as it relates to your financial situation or your physical abundance. There's obviously something of an obstacle here as it relates to manifestation, but we'll get to that in a minute. So the 5 of Autumn says, reach out to others for assistance. Poor timing for a career change and feeling challenged by money issues. Yeah, so this can feel like being left out in the cold, not having enough. You may not be destitute. I mean, you're obviously watching this on a device, so you have that, right? At least you have Wi-Fi connection and you have the money to afford either a computer or a phone. So that's a good thing. That puts you in a high bracket as it relates to abundance. So don't forget that this is a mentality first and foremost. When it comes to manifestation, it's how you are perceiving your abundance or your ability to create more. I'll tell you guys an interesting story. So years ago, I was a server and I made fairly good money, and it was always cash tips, right? And I would stockpile this money. Like, I have a bit of a hoarder mentality when it comes to saving, which is a good thing. But I would always feel like I didn't have enough, even though I actually had a lot. And then doing a career change for me has been, getting this channel off the ground and doing personal readings full time. It was something that I was guided to do by my spirit guides and by my higher self, but there was a transition in the amount of money that I was making. And it was interesting to see how my perception changed around how much money I had actually had before. And I looked back and I went, oh my God, I had so much money. Like, why was I stressed? Why did I think that I didn't have enough? Like, it was the mentality. And I ended up now stepping into a state of mental abundance and attracting what I need to get by, doing what I love. So this is the kind of thing that it's a mentality. It's a change in the way that you're thinking about money. And so right now you may be in a lack mentality, and trust me, I've been there. I understand. And the example I gave you is like the least of the lack mentality that I've experienced. So please know that this is, it's not something that is rare or uncommon. Every single person on this planet experiences this in some way, shape, or form. So ask for assistance if you can. There's no shame in finding support networks or support systems that will help you. I remember when my mom was working full time and trying to really support the whole family because my dad was changing careers. Again, not a good time to change careers. She ended up going to food banks to put food on the table. And we never knew that. As kids, we never knew that, but that was what she had to do. She found a support network and she made it work. So whatever you have to do, please do it. And this is the season of giving. So lots of people are willing to support, and they can, in lieu of giving gifts or in lieu of receiving gifts from other people, you can always ask for what you need. So whatever that may be, if it's support, if it's financial, if it's something else, then ask for it. You cannot receive something if you don't ask for it. There's no sense in staying stuck in this lack mentality if you're not going to do anything about it. So I don't know why I'm giving so many personal examples. I don't usually do that, but I guess Scorpio, it's important for you to have that sort of context. The theme of the month, before I ramble on and on about that one card, the theme of the month is the Eight of Spring. So this is stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, and sudden events or changes. So this may be why you're feeling a little bit put out or out of sorts when it comes to your material or your physical realm, is because there's a lot going on. You may be going through a transition phase where you have to move, and that's expensive, and you're stressing out about that, or there's something happens with your car and you have to pay for it, or they're downsizing at work and you're fearing losing your job, or you are transitioning a career or something like that. So all of these things, it makes for a lot of having a lot on your plate. You may have to support your family and handle your work and all of these other factors. There's a lot going on in your life, and there's a lot going on in everybody's lives. So again, make sure that you ask for support where you need it, because it won't be given unless you ask for it. And there's no sense in standing in pride when people are wanting to help you. They want to support you. They want you to be happy. So you're really only standing in your own way if you don't reach out. But that being said, this card indicates successful multitasking. So taking things in stride, even though things can seem chaotic or things are happening really quickly, this can be an indication that you will handle it, okay? So this is the theme of the month. It can be a little bit tumultuous and a little bit overwhelming, but once things are sort of set in motion, you just kind of have to go with the flow and work with what you've got. And that's the mentality that will help you to successfully multitask, to successfully get through this period. So the Five of Spring is the key goal for you guys this month. The Five of Spring, this is the Five of Wands. I can see this in two different lights. In the darker aspects of it, it can be competition or conflict with others around you, especially as it relates to love or career. But in the lighter sense, I can see this as sort of training. It's like sparring. You're fighting, but you're not fighting. You're practicing, you're getting better, you're honing your skills. So the card itself, though, in this deck, it says opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or other people, and overly ambitious people. So yeah, there may be an instance where perhaps you were looked over for a promotion at work and you're feeling put out, and there's a lot going on, and your to-do list is stacking up, and people are sort of getting in the way or trampling on you. So this is something to keep in mind as we move forward in the reading. This is the key goal, and the key goal is therefore Yeah, because this is sort of like a negative card in a positive position, I always read it in the sense that it wants you to do the opposite of what the card is saying. So instead of embracing or standing in the conflict with other people, it's really about reducing that conflict. And it is about coming into alignment with yourself instead of feeling at odds with yourself or other people, because other people are only a reflection of you. So if you feel any way towards yourself, whether it's conscious or subconscious, you're going to experience that in your relationships with other people. Not just your love relationships, but in all aspects of your life. So something to think about. Now, the obstacle to overcome is the Magician. So whenever a super positive card like this comes up in the obstacle position, especially with that Five of Autumn here, the Five of Pentacles, this really speaks of a lack of confidence in your manifestation abilities. So the Magician says, you can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. But you may not be feeling like that right now because there's a lot going on and you're stressed out. You may be a little bit overwhelmed. It's Christmas time. You've got a lot on your plate. You have to buy presents for all these people and you may be thinking, I don't have enough. Right? Like it could just be that simple. It doesn't have to be so dramatic. It could just be like something like that where you're feeling a little bit stretched thin by all of the things you have to do and all of the money that you have to spend. But the Magician is here to let you know that you are infinite, you are limitless, and your potential for manifestation is also infinite and limitless. 11:11 on the recording time, right as I said that, this is an activation for you guys to remember that positive thinking creates positive results, and 11:11 is a 1 and the Magician is also a 1. So this is a new beginning. This is an opportunity for you, and when you think positively, when you have high hopes and positive expectations, and when you give people the benefit of the doubt, or when you speak kindly to yourself, or when you build yourself up and you tell yourself you can do it, then you can. My mom always said to me, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. It's not an external factor. It really does boil down to what you believe, because you are a creator being, you are powerful. And so, this kind of thinking can either create more lack or it can create abundance, and it's totally up to you. This is coming up as an obstacle because it might be something that you're not used to or something that you find challenging. There may be a lot of self-doubt there when it comes to manifestation, but the more doubt that you can remove, the more you will see the results of your manifestation abilities. And trust me, it happens quickly. And so it is a process of removing that doubt and really stepping into trust, faith, and positive expectations and positive intention above all. Expectations are fine, but they can also lead to disappointment. So it really is about intention. What are you intending? Do you intend to create wealth in your life? Do you intend to make other people happy? Do you intend to heal yourself and bring yourself back into balance and support yourself in any way you can, financially, emotionally, spiritually? Then that intention will be put into motion at the 5th dimensional level. And you will see the results of it at the 3rd dimensional and 4th dimensional level when you put in physical action that backs up that intention. That is really the key to manifestation. That's the law of attraction, kind of in a nutshell. If you guys are feeling a little bit down, watching some Abraham Hicks videos can really help. That's what my mom, I don't know why this is such a family, I keep drawing on instances from family. Is there something going on family-wise for you guys? Because that's not normal. I don't normally have all of these family examples from my parents. So this is something for you guys. This is something from your childhood. This is something related to family. This is something related to, your parents and your family that you have now as well, if you're a parent. Because it's around Christmas, and Christmas is all about family, or the holidays, whatever you celebrate. I'm non-denominational. It's very much about family and relationships, and that can be trying and that can be testing. And so they're channeling through me all of these positive instances or these transformational instances from my upbringing to share with you guys so that you can relate and so that you can create change. But yeah, Abraham Hicks and reading the law of attraction and stuff like that can really help you to put things in a new perspective and know that you can manifest whatever it is that you need, that you desire. or that's best for you. So next up, really super positive card in the major accomplishment position. So the Sun. This is really great. This is so, this makes me feel a lot better because this reading has been a little bit meh, meh. So the Sun, the plans, this says, I'm just getting too excited now. I'm getting so excited because it's such a positive card. Plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. Yeah, so when we're grateful, we attract more blessings. Gratitude, if the only thing that you do in the day is to feel grateful for what you have, you will be manifesting positively. If the only thing that you do is get up in the morning and think, I'm thankful for this, this, and this, then you are manifesting positively. And the Sun is allowing you to shine light onto that to really boost the growth of this positive thought or intention. So whatever it is that you focus on, you're going to be feeding energy to. So make sure that what you're focusing on is something positive, that it's something that you want to grow. Because if you're focusing on the weeds, you're going to grow weeds. If you're focusing on the sunflowers, you're going to grow sunflowers. Also, I really see the Sun as clarity and confirmation that come through consciousness. So the fact that you're here for this reading really shows me that you're ready to step into your responsibility as it relates to your consciousness. And the Sun is here to shine and to show you the areas that are in need of a little bit of love and self-consciousness, self-awareness. So the Sun is here to help you heal. It's here to help you grow. It's here to help you manifest really positive things as you move forward into this magician energy. It's also a 1 and a 9, 1 being about new beginnings, 9 being about endings and closure and completion of cycles. And then together they make 10, which is again 1, which is a new beginning, and 0, which is the 0 point energy of manifestation. So when you step into the 0 point field, anything you intend becomes reality. So you have to be careful that you're not bringing negative intention into the 0 point field, because you will manifest that really quickly, and that will only reaffirm the negative beliefs. So it's about changing your beliefs. It's about changing the way that you think, because only then, when you step into the 0 point energy, you create really super positive results. And you guys can do this. You 100% can do this. So what to avoid? You have the Lovers. Now, this is an interesting card to have come up in the avoid position. It says true love that is long-lasting, choices made from the heart, and a return to good health. So when I see a positive card like this come up in a negative or a negative position, such as the avoid, then it's not telling you to avoid true love that's long-lasting. I want that to be very clear for you guys. That's not what this is saying. It is asking you to release any fears or restrictions and blocks you have around relationships, especially relationships that are based in love and that are long lasting. There may be a fear that this isn't possible, or there may be some doubt as to whether you really have that in your life. Choices that are made from the heart as well. So avoid making choices that are not from the heart. If it's purely from the head, especially from like the mind, the ego sense, it's not going to yield very good results oftentimes. So choices made from the heart are always for your best interest, and a return to good health. So avoid falling into fear of ill health, because that can be another thing that might be on your plate. Maybe you're struggling with certain health issues, dietary restrictions, injuries, anything like that, even just headaches. That can really just add to the stress of the holidays and all of the things that you have to organize when it comes to family and friends and presents and money and health issues. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. I know, I understand. This is asking you, instead of worrying about it, to just trust the process and know that the people that you love will be there to support you. And if you feel like they won't, then maybe you should ask, or maybe you should find people who will, because people who truly love you will always support you. And family doesn't necessarily mean blood. Family just means people who love you and who you love. That's really important. Okay. What to embrace? We have the King of Autumn in reverse. The King of Autumn is the King of Pentacles. This is compassionate, accomplished, and a charismatic or gifted man. Doesn't have to be a man, but it's that male energy. It says, be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Everything going your way, a good person or company to work for. Now, it did come up in reverse in the what to embrace position. So now, again, we've got another sort of negative type of connotation here in a positive position. So this is saying to avoid, especially when I see the King of Pentacles in reverse, it's always about avoid feeling that lack, that sense of lack, because the King of Pentacles himself, he's very well off. He likes his things, his luxuries, and he has the abundance to be able to furnish his life with all of those things that he loves. He's very sensual, and he's a good provider. He's also a very good father. So what to embrace? Okay, they actually just wanted to remind me of something that I need to mention. What to embrace, the King of Pentacles in reverse can be your relationship to money as it relates to how you were taught about money in the past. It can also indicate embracing healing at a physical level. So embracing the challenge that physical healing is presenting to you, because it's an opportunity. It doesn't have to be a challenge. It can be an opportunity for you to recognize areas in your life that were unbalanced or that are in need of extra attention. Again, the sun is here to shed light on that and to help you to heal. Also, and this is what they were reminding me to mention, is that the King of Pentacles is often represented as a father figure, and if he's coming up in reverse in the what to embrace position, this could indicate rekindling or healing a strained or estranged father relationship. So healing within yourself the father archetype, if you are a father, or healing the relationship with your father if there are some things that need to be looked at there, that need to be healed. So there's a lot of different options, possibilities as it relates to this card when it comes to health, finances, and your relationship with your family. So that's something that has been a major theme throughout this whole reading. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, really super positive, where to find support. We have these two beautiful aces. So the Ace of Spring came out first, and this is the Ace of Wands. It's time to take action. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. Amazing career opportunities. Yeah, so when you think positively, when you manifest, when you shed light on the areas that you have fear or resistance or lack, then you can change that mentality and begin to manifest really positive things as it relates to career. So even though you might be feeling like you don't have enough, you can change that. You have an opportunity here. Now, the aces are like gifts from the universe. They're opportunities from the universe. But just as a gift that's given to you that's not opened is useless, an opportunity that's not seized will blow by. So you do have to take action, as is being really clearly indicated by this card. It's time to take action. You do have to seize the opportunity when they present. You also have a new beginning, an opportunity from the universe, or a gift in the realm of emotions. So the Ace of Summer says, open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship, or the rebirth of a current one. And the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. So that really relates to the Sun card. That can be an indication of spiritual epiphanies because it's shedding light on areas that were previously clouded in doubt or fear or shadow. So when the sun shines on them, you see them clearly for what they are in the light of day, and then you can change them. So there's epiphanies that are coming to you, and they may come in the form of psychic intuitions. So pay attention to some of the things that are coming or cropping up in your mind. And if it's coming from a place of fear, that's not intuition. Okay, you have to be very discerning about what thoughts you invest energy in or you believe, because a lot of the time your mind will override your intuition and really instill this fear mentality. So the intuition and the psychic abilities, it's always sort of like the first thing that pops into your mind, and it's fleeting, it's very small, and it's easily overridden by the ego. So Try to cultivate your ability to tap into that through embracing self-love and inner peace. That's what's indicated by the dove here. And doves are very much related to Christianity, which is what we're celebrating in is the birth of Christ, which is Christmas. And that's why they're often associated with Christmas as well. Just like in the traditional, or like in the more modern sense, like the sort of commercialized Christmas, you still see doves often on trees or turtle doves, that kind of thing. So this is something to embrace as well, new love. Now it's interesting that it said what to avoid is the lovers. So I'm going to allow you guys to interpret that the way that you want, because I think that there's some fear there around rekindling relationships or around beginning new relationships. So this is something that needs to be addressed within you and embraced as new opportunities come in. So you have this new beginning here, which is really super positive. And last but not least, we have advice and encouragement from Spirit. You have the 3 of Spring, Scorpio. So this is about planning your next steps with an eye to the long term, as well as having patience, because there are more good things to come. And satisfaction will come from a job well done. So as you step into these opportunities, as you seize them, as you continue to multitask and balance, as you, instead of fighting against people, as you learn to work with them and heal the duality and the opposing factors within yourself, you will start to see the results of that in all of your relationships, especially as it relates to career and family. So that's kind of the theme that has really come forward for you guys, but there will be success here and satisfaction that comes from a lot of what you're going through in the month of December and moving forward into the new year. So keep that in your heart, not in your mind, in your heart, because this is what this whole reading has really been about. So let's grab a final angel oracle card to close out the reading. So Scorpio, wow, that was fast. Gentleness. Okay. So this is Archangel Sandalphon, and he says, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Yeah, so Scorpio, you're a water sign. You guys are very intuitive, very empathic, very psychic naturally. And whether or not you've cultivated that gift is your own personal identity. But just inherently by nature, you're a water sign, you do tend to be sensitive. And that can also indicate being sensitive to environment and relationships when it comes to overstimulation. So when it's Christmas time, you know, the malls are packed, there's music, there's people everywhere bumping into you. It's stressful because you've got a lot on your plate, you've got a lot to deal with, there's family, you're juggling all of these balls. And then there's just all this extra sensory information that's around you. So yeah, it's a lot. Be really very gentle with yourself. Give yourself the love and the nurturing that you would to your own children, or that you would to a child that you love if you don't have children. So imagine yourself as this divine child, and then give love to that child as you would. Be very gentle. Surround yourself with gentle people. So if there's a lot of conflict in your environment, try to heal the conflict within yourself. You will see the environment change. It may take a little bit of time and consistency, but it will happen. And or remove yourself from that environment. If it's stressful to you to put yourself in these positions, then don't. It's okay for you to pull back if that's what you need to do for self-care, but make sure that you're doing it for self-care and not out of fear of confrontation or fear of dealing with some of the things that need to be dealt with. So use your intuition as to what is right for you, because there's lots of options on the table here. But before we go, I wanted to mention that on the bottom of the deck we have victory. So this is kind of like an overall energy of the reading, and for the month of December moving into January, you have victory. And again, this is Archangel Sandalphon. So perhaps after this video, go and Google Archangel Sandalphon, and I'll put it there so you guys can see how to spell it, because it's kind of weird, right? Sandalphon, and what he represents, what he specifically is in charge of, or what he embodies as an archangel, because there may be some additional messages there for you to carry you through the holiday season. But yeah, he's saying your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Have faith and be gentle. Have courage and be kind. A quote from my favorite Disney movie. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to get more in detail as to the situation that's going on with you, and you'd like to gain some clarity, confirmation, or healing, please reach out to me at siomcg41@outlook.com. All of the information will be in the description box below. Please just send me an email with this in the subject box, the type of reading or healing session that you're looking for, and we can get that going for you, because yeah, it's definitely a time to be gentle with yourself and surround yourself with gentle people. So if I can be that support system for you, I am honored, and I love you for that. So thank you. All right, guys, thanks for the support. If you resonated, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to see more videos from me, I put out monthly horoscope readings for all the signs, as well as energy updates to do with collective ascension and general spiritual chit chats. I love you. We will see you next month. Bye.